Stress in general is it's the strongest source of oxidative injury. Stress overall, any kind of stress. So what would be the most potent antioxidant? Anti-stress. It would be something anti-rest. And what would that be? Prayer, meditation, relaxation. It's all one and the same. Prayer, to me, is the most potent form of antioxidant. And meditation is a form of prayer. So, you know, it's a down-regulation. So remember that, the most potent antioxidant. And I can tell you guys some of the great antioxidants and things that I believe that I take, but that is one of the most important things. What do I have to do every morning, Josh? And if I don't do it, my day just doesn't go right. Breathing exercises. My breathing exercises. And those breathing exercises are a meditative component for me where I'm actually down-regulating myself, because breath is in martial arts. Anybody do martial arts here? In martial arts, that's where you get your force from. So when people break those boards and stuff, they're not really breaking it. You couldn't break those things unless you had the right energetic behind you, the right chi behind you. And I'll tell you that I've probably seen one of the greatest masters of all time who I've treated, who had a pontine stroke and was bedridden for 6 years, Dr. Pak, and he's actually in one of the videos. He's a 9th degree Grand Master in Shaolin style Kung Fu, in Taekwondo, in Qigong, and in Tai Chi. He was a past president of the World Taekwondo Federation. He had a stroke, and for 6 years he wasn't able to really, he was basically bedridden for 5 out of the 6 years. And we got him off his walker and off his cane in 2 days, and we had him walking without slurred speech, talking normally in about 5 days, and within 2 weeks he was able to kick again. And he's actually in one of the videos, in the cardiovascular video, but this man showed me some things that are absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And even at his age, when he became a citizen, he was so excited. Josh, do I have time to talk about the story real quick, or? Sure. Is this helping you guys? Okay. So Dr. Pak, when he was becoming a citizen in the United States, this is like in the 1960s, and I was introduced to him by his daughter, who's a 5th degree black belt, and she's also an acupuncturist and a physical therapist. And she brought her dad from California for me to treat, but they told me the story that he was so excited about becoming a citizen of the United States that he did this demonstration for the panel. They took 2 solid concrete blocks, not the ones that have the big holes in them, but the solid, you know, bricks that are solid concrete blocks, and they had them laying, or standing up rather, but if one fell, it wouldn't touch the other one, all right? They didn't have it braced, they didn't have it bracketed, they just had them sitting there, so you could just tip them over like that. And they set these 2 bricks side by side so they weren't touching, because when the people break those 20 boards or 20 bricks, they're all within each other, so all you have to do is break the first one, and the force goes through and breaks them all. So it's a little cheating there, but these were 2 bricks, nobody's holding them, no stand, nothing, just sitting here. So if you just do that, it'll fall over. It wouldn't touch the other one. And he took his hand back, and he went through them both. And you heard 2 shotgun blasts, like pop, pop. And there were shards of concrete in the ceiling and the walls where they had literally exploded. Now, there's only one way that you can create that much force to go through one that's not being held. I mean, that's a lot of energetic flow. And then to go right through that first one without that one touching the second one, going through the second one. That is true power. This man will sit there and he'll have you do this exercise. And you know, it's like an exercise with the energy flow. And if you can't feel, he'll tell you, you should be able to feel this energy ball. And if you can't feel it, he'll come up to you and he'll grab your hand and say, you can't feel this? And lo and behold, you will feel something in your hand, and your hand is pulsating and warm. And I've experienced this myself. So when these energetic healers do stuff with Qigong, you've heard about Qigong, how they can move energy to the point of, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I was at a conference, at a cancer conference in Seattle, and I was on stage with 3 other doctors, and the doctor next to me had prostate cancer. I didn't know that, but his energy was slumping. And one of the speakers before us had talked about Qigong. She's a PhD, has been doing Qigong for 35, 40 years. She's all the way in the back. She just finished lecturing. I'd missed her lecture. I only caught the last part of it. She's sitting all the way in the back. And my wife was in the back. At that time, she wasn't my wife. She was my girlfriend. But she was sitting in the back, and she had a shoulder problem. And this, Dr. Chow is her name, she saw that this doctor next to me, his energy was slumping, and she started to send him some chi, energy flow, to help him. And she did it from all the way in the back of the room. And my wife, who had the shoulder problem for months, suddenly her shoulder started feeling better. And she was like, she turned around, she saw, and Dr. Cho was doing this, and she said, oh, you're probably experiencing some of what I'm doing. I'm trying to help the doctor up there. It had gone through my wife and helped her shoulder, and in less than 5 minutes, this guy was all perked up and sitting up there again. So the flow of energy, how many people can believe what I said, that you can actually change somebody's energetic? It is very powerful. What is the first component of being able to do this? Because only I can do this in this room. You know that, right? No, anybody in this room can do it. Anybody can do this. What is the first component of being able to do it? Believing that you can do it. That's exactly right.